Okay, if you can make out the model number on the board there, it's MS7184 version 10. These boards were made by MSI for Compaq, and after some searching, I found out that MSI had a retail board that was basically identical to this. It was the MS7093. I was able to flash the BIOS on this. I'll show you here. Okay, now typically with Compaq, you're going to get the Compaq splash screen. As you can see, it's MSI now. And if we go into the BIOS, we now have a full-featured BIOS. That's going to give us a lot more adjustments and tweaking that we can do in it versus the typical Compaq one that came with it. Unfortunately, this board was not really designed for overclocking either. It does have some memory features and stuff that you can tweak, but not a whole lot for overclocking stuff in here, but just a lot more control over the board and what changes you want to do to it. Okay, we're back into Windows now. As you can see, the core speed's at the 2 gigahertz stock speed. I was able to find the PLL number on the controller chip on the motherboard, so using set front side bus, I was able to bump up the front side bus. Right now it's at the stock 200, and we can go all the way up to the 230 with it. As you can see on CPU-Z, it's now up to 230, so it's about a 15% overclock. And we're just going to do a 1 meg calculation here. See what the difference in speed is. Alright, it's going to take a few seconds to run this. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at the temperatures. We're looking at 43 on one core, 46 on the other. That's on low fan speed. And we're getting through the loop here. Basically, that'll adjust your front side bus, your PCI Express slots. Basically all your frequencies go up at once, so it's not as nice as a manual overclock where you can set each thing individually. Just about finished here. There we go, 39.454, just under 40 seconds. So a pretty big improvement over the 60 seconds that this machine ran to start with. That's a pretty nice improvement. And basically, I'm not a real fan on software overclocking. One of the main reasons I put this on here was basically because I'm thinking of underclocking the processor, because it is going to be a home theater PC. We don't really need to have it, you know, really smoking all the time when we're just going to be watching TV or Netflix or something on it. So I want to be able to turn it down, save some electric on it, and actually get some more longevity out of it. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I just used the stock cooler because I wanted to keep this as cheap as possible for somebody that might be wanting to try building something like this. All the rest of the components are stock, other than the CPU I put in, which didn't make a huge difference. As you've seen in the benchmarks, I actually was expecting a greater difference there. The Simtron was pretty good, probably would have been good enough for a home theater setup. I think the main thing was the adding the 2 gigs of RAM and getting rid of the 256 that was originally in there. So basically, if a person could find a computer like this for $5, go on eBay, get some cheap RAM, I would think you'd find the older DDR chips like that for maybe a few dollars a piece, $5 a piece, something like that. They're not very sought after anymore, and basically a person could put together a home theater for probably around $25 or so if you really look around, but it'll be good enough for what I'm going to do with it. And I want to thank you guys for watching this series of videos. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you. Okay, I want to take one final shot here, show you the last things we did. before I put the cover on here. I did add a couple extra fans. I don't know if you can see them, but in the front there I moved the hard drive up and added a 80 millimeter Noctua on the front, and on the back we used a 92 millimeter Noctua. These are the NFR8 and the NFB9 Noctua fans. As you know, these are quiet and long life fans, so I don't expect to even hear them running, even though I'm not using the low noise adapter. We could even make them quieter. But now on speed fan, if that'll focus in on it, you see the ambient is 33. Hard drive is now running at 29 degrees versus the 40 it was running before. So I'm not going to need to add anything on the side cover of the case. I'm just going to let the air be pulled through by the CPU cooler in the side, and then the 92 millimeter will hopefully pull fresh air from the front for the hard drive itself. But overall, we are done with this project. I think it came out pretty well. I did decide to just leave it with the gray and black. Actually, after looking at it for a few days, it kind of grew on me, and I decided to just leave it alone instead of trying to spray paint it and fight with it, and you know, just leave it stock. I think that'll be good enough. But anyway, our hardware is all done. Software is all done. I'm ready to switch this one out with my old home theater and start watching movies and stuff on it. Oh, one more thing. If you notice, I didn't put another video card in it yet. I didn't have a free video card that had a DVI port on it for the video out to the TV. So I'm just going to be connecting it through the VGA. And actually, I watched some movies and shows on Netflix on the monitor just using the VGA, and it actually came in very nice with just the onboard video. So I'm just going to go with that until I can get a cheaper video card that has a DVI out, like a GTX 260 or something. Actually, it's probably going to be an ATI, because I tried using an old NVIDIA card in here and it wouldn't even boot with it with that ATI chipset. It just didn't like it at all. But anyway, that's it for this project. I want to thank you guys for following along and watching. I hope it was informative and maybe gave you guys some ideas, and look around in them garbage bins and garage sales, because you just never know what you're going to find. So thanks for watching.